matters. Can be a strange game, would you say, the opposition being disallowed so many tries? Have you ever seen anything like it?
Yeah, it was. No, I don't think I've seen something like that. Mind you, I thought that they were obviously, pretty much all clear decisions. I thought, and a lot of that was our scramble defence. I thought was really good. I thought we seemed to be defending our try line a hell of a lot, and we did a great job to keep them pretty much scoreless until probably 5 minutes to the end of the game. So I thought, got to give credit to our defensive effort, was excellent.
Last year you come up and did the same thing. It was a pretty scrappy sort of game. Not a happy place to be, is it?
Well, you don't make excuses. I wonder if it has something to do with that late kick-off time. I don't know. Both teams, I thought the first 20 minutes it was really, we obviously came out of the gun fairly quickly, and I thought we played some really good footy early on to get to that lead, but then from there the game just sort of deteriorated a bit. So it was at 11 o'clock, I think, when we finished. So I don't know.
What do you think about it? And you two, Andrew, it's a bit different starting this line?
Yeah, I think it's a good concept though. The double header is a great thing, it is pretty late, I suppose, by the time you start. But as Kev said, both teams came out with the good intensity from the get-go, but the game just kept going on and on and on because of all those decisions, I guess. And everyone was a bit tired, I suppose.
That's probably the thing. I think that because there were so many video ref decisions, that probably adds a minute or two for each one. So I think Steve Turner made mention of the fact he thought it was the longest game he'd ever played in. So.
Got a couple of players on board. Do you think they're in trouble?
Look, what I say, he won't make any difference to what happens on Monday. And it was hard, and obviously some of those replays we weren't getting. We were getting the advertisements, but certainly the Mick Ennis one, Princey, he sort of wrong-footed him, and Mick realised he was in a dangerous position, and he pulled out. It was nothing more than a slap on the face. I thought it was some pretty good acting from Princey in that regard. So the other two, Corey Payne's one, I think Preston was probably slipping a bit. There was no, he was trying to make a normal tackle. I don't think it was a swinging arm or anything like that. And Trent's one, they clearly said the tackle itself was okay. It was what happened on the ground. So once again, a little bit careless, but I don't think there was any real malice in any of them. So hopefully we get some good news. Yeah, I thought he was outstanding. We actually ended the game without any interchanges. I wanted to, without any fit blokes on the bench. So I wanted to give Mick a spell at the back end of the game, but we had 4 blokes that couldn't go back on. So that made the effort, even more meritorious, I suppose. But he was terrific, Mick. He's just seems to be. I think this year he's just playing. Just with a lot more maturity and some pretty good leadership for us. He's not trying to play like a 9 out of 10 game week in, week out. He's just trying to be really consistent and do his job for the team. And tonight was another example of that. I thought he did that for New South Wales the other night, and I thought he did it for us tonight. And it's just the further maturity of Mick as a player, and I think he's getting better and better for us.
What are those injuries, Kevin?
Greg Eastwood copped an eye knock, and he's got bleeding to the eye, so that's something that's going to have to be checked out. David Stagg just had a hip injury, and then Frankie Pritchard and Sam Cassiano, I think, just pretty nasty corks that they couldn't go back on, so hopefully those blokes will be okay for next week.
Will Eastwood, are your doctors looking after Eastwood, or does he have to go to the hospital to get that checked out?
I think he'll go to the hospital in the morning. He had actually, because he's from up here, he had planned to stay for the weekend, and we'll get some scans done tomorrow morning. Good night.
Good night, yeah.